All right. Well, we'll try. We're almost certainly dead. To be clear, we are almost absolutely certainly dead. Each hit from the minion has a 25% chance to be a stun. Once instead of dying, return on 0 HP. Life Breather. Activate the minion 2 times. Sacrifice. Activate a minion. Activate a minion. Return barrier. An ability. Okay, so we have a lot of abilities in this deck as well. Offer 10% of your max HP. Activate all minions. Another ability. So we're actually filling our hand with abilities as well. Each hit from it is a chance to stun. Promote and activate all minions. God. All right, I guess I have to promote the golem and use it for hit back here. Yeah, because I can't focus on anyone else because obviously I don't know when I'm going to see another minion. Get your activation. Thankfully, we can activate and lower like the cost of a lot of cards by doing so. Let's promote you by 2 levels as well. Getting you to level 5 instantaneously. So we're healing you, activating you for a gain, cost reduction, and draw. Deal here for some damage, sure. Thump. Shit from the enemy has a chance to stun, sounds good. Offer 10% of our max HP, no. Create barrier, not really. Permanently reduce an enemy's armor by 20 for each minion currently in the combat. I like the idea of it. I don't think I'm really going to be able to utilize that too effectively. Let's get the 10 barrier on myself as well. Probably should have put 10 barrier on the golem, maybe. Then we'll hard pass that. It didn't stun any of the disease spreaders? Excuse me? You were supposed to hit them with the retaliate, which means you were supposed to stun them, possibly? Bud? Did I not play? I may not have played that card on it, actually. That might be my fault. All right, let's activate you. Ability. This deck is now going to be really difficult to pilot as well, because I don't know what almost any of the cards in my deck do. All right, one hit. Get you to level 8. Did it give you every card? There's a lot of cards. It seems to have given me every card that ever existed in the world. 25% chance to stun, but they all had multi-attacks. Why did they not? I mean, it worked in the end, so everything's fine. And I don't need to complain ever again. But is my ultimate answer. Offer 10% HP, get 2 abominations out on the field. The enemy doesn't have AoE attacks, so I could probably do that. Activate a random minion 2 times. Sure. Decrease the cost of my hand. And again. Yeah, I'll get a conjured golem out there as well. Each hit from the minion permanently reduces enemy armor. There you go. Advanced activation. Activate a minion, return 2. Sounds good to me. That's just going to decrease the cost of other cards in hand. Sacrifice a minion for 1 hit to all enemies. Let's buff you again. To be clear, by the way, Sal, I'm not mad. And I should tell my tone of voice that. I apologize. What do I do? Surge. I don't really want to surge it. I'll give you the advanced activation, I guess. Deprivation. Reduce an enemy's max HP by 33%. It does not deal damage. What? Okay. There you go. At some point in the future, Sal, I was going to have to take that option. Someone was going to eventually make me take that option. Summon Abomination level 3. Abomination, I guess, is what I'm calling them now. 2 pillars. God, am I just summoning the infinite minions? Is that what I do now? Is that who we are? Promote a random minion and activate it. Just gonna make the biggest golem of all time, I guess. Magic Wind, activate all abilities. Heal a minion for whatever. Use enemy's armor by 50 for 2 turns. Sure, that'll go on you. You're doing big damage this turn as well. Reduce an enemy's damage by 75% for 2 turns. Yeah, that sounds good to me. You still look like you may die to that though. How do I help you out of that one? Restoration will do it. Excuse me. Ah! Lord of the Flies. Your wounds are swarming with insects. All healing is disabled. Rough. I'm not quite certain what happened there, but let's kill the enemies then. We won the fight. Retaliation's doing work, I guess. Activate a minion, draw a card. Why not take a card? I'll take all the cards. At the start of each turn, minion heals 50% of his missing HP. Activate a minion, draw a card. Activate a minion, draw a card. I mean, like, you know, draw the infinite cards. Sure, let's do it. What is this? What is this? Good. Armorer, what do you got for us, bud? No. Keeping my money. You can't make me spend it. You... Old
An
merchant.
old man strolls among the trees, observing the ground with interest. Strangely, he holds no weird candle in his hand, only a wooden walking stick. He lights up with joy as he sees you.
Oh, hello, Wanderer. I see you enjoy these strolls through the forest also.
The man seems weirdly oblivious to the surrounding weirdness.
Walking is healthy. And while I walk, I find things from all over. Want to see my collection?
Yeah, what you got, bud? Alright, good to see you. Alright, I'm killing you because I don't want you to yawn again. Yeah, thin deck daddy? No, thick deck grandpa. That's the level on which we're operating right now. Oh my god. Restoration, activation, 30 decreasing cost. Dark Rites, activate a minion, sacrifice a minion, gain 100% damage this turn. I actually think I can get the Abomination out here and actually, like, we can do what the deck was born to do. I know. I didn't think it was possible either. Stun all enemies. Immobilization. Yeah, you do that. We take those. Let's activate you one more time, getting ourselves to the big level up. You need the ability to activate yourself. I have enough barrier, courtesy of playing approximately infinity cards per turn. Activate a random minion 2 times. Each hit from the minion permanently reduces enemy armor by the number of levels of that minion. Easy. Each hit has a chance to stun. Also easy. Just perma-stun him. Another Whispers in the Wind. Why not? Those winds have a lot to say. go, get you to level 10, sacrifice a minion, permanently reduce the armor of all enemies. You know what? Sacrifice the golem. I think we're long past golem time. Power up, Song of Opportunity, just trying to find more damage. Stun and shows an enemy, permanently reduce their armor. There we go. Even more armor reduction on you. I mean, look. How do I argue with something that's working? You know? Can you? I don't think you're allowed. I'm not going to perfectly track my hand at all. I'll tell you that much. That's not happening. That's a pipe dream. Let's redirect on an enemy. This minion deals 200% damage. Whenever it activates, it loses a level. Activate at the start of the turn. Obviously, we'll level you up now. How do I activate you? Do I have an activate in hand? Force field, Great Barrier, ability, barrier. Activate a minion. There we go. That's all I wanted. Each hit from this minion permanently reduces armor. Nice. Start the next turn. We kill you all. Okay. Activate a minion, heal it by 50% of its HP. Seems pretty good. I guess. I'm not going to turn down any more cards. That's it. I'm just clicking them. Clicking them all. Each turn, gain an ultimate charge. Fine. Sometimes this will get us a triple level situation earlier. And when it does, it'll be good enough. On the plus side, Rhapsody's a lot of cards and might just find some good ones, but if this deck wins, it proves you could just pick a random card in the draft and still win the game. I'm not certain it proves that, although, let's be clear. I made a point kind of adjacent to what you're saying there, Agatho. I made that point slightly earlier, and that was to say that on this level of difficulty, I feel like I can simplify fights a lot. Right? Just like take the same approach to them. We are on a low level of difficulty right now, to be very, very clear. And it's a pretty low level of difficulty. There are more levels of difficulty after this point, though. So I wouldn't necessarily cast that forward. Actually, here's a parallel for you. The first couple episodes of the new Slay the Spire series, I say new Slay the Spire series, I mean the full release Slay the Spire series, so when it came out, right? I'm playing on Ascension 0 and then Ascension 1 and Ascension 2, and all of the episodes are just like, yeah, I'll click this card and then I'll take it to the end game and kill the heart. Right? Like, it is not a problem. It's super, super simple. And then, we get to Ascension 20 play and it's like, all right, I need to stroke my chin for a while, I'll see you in a sec. That kind of situation, right? Another example being like Ascension 1 or rather Covenant 1 in Monster Train. Not a problem at all, even slightly. But it's there so that you can learn and start learning more and more and then make your way up. Why do you draw so many cards? Because I wanted to. So one of the reasons I'm drawing so many cards here is because I have a lot of ability cards that got added to my deck. In fact, I have 5 of them: Shockwave, Magic Wind, Force Field, Restoration, and Activation. And those were added as the junk cards. And that's just 5 extra cards in my hand at all time because those always get added to your hand. Those don't get drawn. I don't even think they're in the draw pile at all. 5 ability cards is excellent. This is great. To be clear, getting 5 ability cards just every single turn, having access to these, is huge power, right? There could easily be a deck where I see those beggars and go, oh, gimme, because I know I can use them. However, in this circumstance, like, only activation is really that useful for me. Let's body it up. I also do really appreciate that this game doesn't seem to have a max hand size, because I hate playing around max hand sizes. It's really frustrating. Sure. You're now going to be my activatable minion, because I didn't find anyone else. Get activated. Sacrifice minion new. Sacrifice minion new. Tainted Force. Yeah, I won't lose 20% of anything. Two pillars invoke two golems with that. Not bad. Not bad. Increase damage by 10% for each until the end of combat for each sacrifice minion. Okay, so it seems there's a lot of sacrificing of minions. So there have to be minions that you really want to sacrifice. Does increasing the golem's damage do anything? Well, it does have the ability to hit back. So it'll modify the damage of the hit that we're going to return there. One more activate. There we go. Use that. Now we have the ability to pop you up to level 7. Then I could 2 pillars. And then arcane shield. That feels pretty good. Natural progression. Activate a selected minion, then promote it and activate it again. What does this cost by base? If this costs 1 by base, this is ridiculous. Like, actually ridiculous. I could activate all of them, which would decrease the cost of an entire hand. I'd assume 2. It has to cost 2 by base, right? That's the only way that would make sense. Yeah, suddenly the golem reflecting 100% of damage would be really, really good. You're not wrong. You aren't wrong at all, even slightly. Don't think for a second you could be mistaken on that. You're 100% correct.
Buff. Get big. Enlarging.
The enemies are coming in with a lot of damage here. Existence increases max HP. Perfect. Activate minion, I can return it 2 times. That's great as well because it just decreases the cost of other things in hand. Including itself, apparently, it can do. Interesting. I didn't think it would be able to do that. Excuse me? That didn't return 3 times. Does it have return 3 or return 1? Return 4? How did it only... Okay. Alright, stun an enemy and permanently reduce their armor on the enemy that is the largest and about to deal the most damage, I feel is pretty reasonable. Had return 2 when it was in your hand. Weird. Eat shit from the minion does the reduction. Happily pop that on you. Invoke Fae and Worm. No, thank you. Activate selected minion 3 times. 1 activation for each minion currently in the combat. Activate minion 2 times sacrifice. I'll do that with a lower golem, because that's just going to decrease the cost of other things for me, as well as get us promos. Activate selected minion 5 times. 1 for every enemy in combat. 0 cost hand. If only I had Whispering Woods already out so that I was actually drawing cards while all this is going on. God, that would have been grand. Tainted Force, draw 3 less cards next turn. Honestly, not too much of a problem for us. Is the golem healed or the whole party or a random ally? Just the golem heals itself. Okay, there are the worms over there. Uncontrolled development, promote a random minion, activate it. Oh. Not the minion I wanted to do that to, but that is okay. That happens. Let's redirect on an enemy for a while. So not super relevant. I'm gonna burn the Tainted Force. Gave the enemy a bunch of armor for it. Promote a minion by 2 levels. There we go. Level up. Guess I still just barrier myself and pass. Yep. Beggars Event gave us infinite cards.
It's a lot. It's a lot of cards.
So go to Druid's Bane, reduce the max HP of all enemies by 25%. Deprivation Cause is pretty cool. Mark an enemy for 5 turns. Permanently reduces armor by 20 for each hit it suffers whilst marked. Activate a minion. Another activation over there as well. I think I do want to actually get an Abomination out. So use a Deprivation there. Lower your armor even further. In fact, I'll even mark you. Activate you, giving myself the ability to possibly activate another this turn. Okay. Wait, but I leveled you up this turn, didn't I? No, I didn't level you up. Okay. You know what? I'm actually going to offer 10% of my max HP here for it. Gives me the ability to level up the Abomination. I want to get more AoE damage out on the board as quickly as I can. Activate a minion. There you go. And heal a minion by 50 as well. Another ability. Don't really do too much for us, though. Alright. Let's Whisper in the Winds and actually start activating characters that we want to activate. At the end of each turn, this minion gains 10 barrier. That's so good. Activate you for 2 ult charges. Getting the Abomination finally. All set. Sacrifice a minion. Heal all others. And create 20 barrier on them. Sure. Sack you. Activate a minion, draw a card. Acid Blood. Each hit from the minion permanently reduces the enemy's armor by the level that... Yeah, we've seen that one prior. Honestly, this fight now kind of takes itself out. Yeah, like how is any of that damage going to come through to me? Answer is it won't. Start of its turn, this minion increases its damage but loses armor. Easy target right there. Let's activate you 1 time to get the bonus. Level 12. So now I do want to try and get some defensive ability up as well. Create 10 barrier. That'll do. Off to bed. Good luck with the Disaster deck. Catch you around, Murph. The VODs will be available if you would like to watch the end of the run at any point. Otherwise, I'd forecast that probably about next week, the episodes for this will go up. There is a lot going on at the moment. I have the final of admittedly a lot of sponsored content recently going out in this upcoming week. But I think once people see what the new sponsored series is going to be this week, they're going to lose their minds that I got sponsored for it. No, lose their minds. Okay, that might be a bit much. I think it is one of those occasions where no one will be able to look at it and go, you shouldn't have accepted this sponsorship. Not that anyone does, but Raid Shadow Legends, exactly.
You find
I'm finally doing it. They got me in the end. One shall be cursed, illegible, for no man can possess this, illegible, treasure without sacrifice. Obviously.
you feel a sharp sting, and then your head becomes dizzy. After a while, you can't recall precisely what happened, but the runestone you found inside should make the sacrifice worthwhile.
Get a polished Bjork. Bjork. Gain 1 energy every 3 turns. In a weapon slot. Ah, but polished calc is actually really good for us. They don't do that? The social media manager said so? You're right, they don't sponsor anyone. That's why I had to keep declining. Their sponsorship is such an annoying one as well, the raid one, right? Because they typically offer it with like, you know, here's the base rate, and the base rate is kind of pitiful. And here's the rate that it increases to if enough people sign up. And like, if 25 people sign up, it gives you a different rate, and then 50, and then 75, and then 100, right? At least that was the one that I got at the time. Didn't sign anything, nothing's confidential. But because of that, obviously, it's an incentive system for the person who is promoting it to try and promote really, really hard to get people to sign up. Because if 100 people sign up, it's like $5,000 or something like that. It was ridiculous. But of course, no one's going to do that, right? Because the market is already so heavily saturated with Raid Shadow Legends. So you are effectively just being like, to the people that already didn't want to install it, like, hey, this would help me if you installed it. And then look, immediately uninstall it afterwards. It's... I don't like it. I don't like it. There's a really good video on why Raid Shadow Legends is the worst sponsor. Is it the Quentin Reviews one? Or the segment that
As
Quentin
you
did on
walk
it?
through the dense clouds of the weirdness, the amulet the Luch gave you lights up.
Look.
Something wicked
Look.
emerges
Look.
out of the dark. It looks and moves like a living mountain, and its enormous abdomen obscures your field of vision. It takes you a moment to realize what you're looking at. Your eyes are drawn to dozens of limbs stretching out of an enormous belly. Arms gyrating wildly, as if those eaten alive were trying to escape their gruesome fate.
Loch sends his greetings.
The monster growls. He takes a step in your direction. He starts caressing his belly, like a pregnant mother trying to comfort her child.
Huh. The monster growls.
Low bastard, traitor, he and his stupid lightning sticks. Irreplaceable, proud. I had to prove we would survive without. See, I sacrificed myself. Weirdness and its infinite power. I absorbed all of my people. Now they are safe.
The monster gets closer and closer.
Some tried to disobey. They tried to escape and find Loch,
He looks you
They were
straight
so
in the
lost.
eyes.
but I absorbed them. Now they obey. Leave us, stranger.
Take out a weird candle.
It is you, you filthy corrupter of the
Apparently, he
descent.
thinks you're Luch.
Decent,
It
rather.
seems he's unable to see with his eyes, but he definitely feels the light of a candle. You notice that it burns right through his skin. Limbs stretch wildly out of his belly and twist and gyre in desperate motion. He quickly disappears into the shadows, seeking the protection of the weirdness. After he's gone, you notice a small pouch left behind on the ground. Perhaps he was holding it? Perhaps the pouch fell out as the candle was burning his skin. There's nothing of value inside, but perhaps Luch will tell you more about the contents.
As long as it advances the quest, it is all good to me, as far as I'm concerned. Okay, that's an elite enemy for the treasure behind it. Maybe I should double back and take care of the rest of these before I go for it. Just in case. Hey, we actually got Whispering Wild in the first set. Oh my god, that's Whispering Wild. Well, we're going to be able to draw basically our entire deck then. Was that the mayor that cast out the Candlemaker? I don't know if it was the mayor or the group of actors that Luch was running with after the fact. One or the other. Permanently reduce enemies' armor for 20 by each minion in combat. We may get more minions past this point. Actually, no, was the person the Candlemaker joined because he's called the Jester. Yep, so it is the people they joined afterwards. Cool. Need to know? Good to know? Keen to know? Activate a select minion, then promote it, and activate it again. Thing is, that's going to promote it twice, right? Whereas if I just promote it with the advanced promotion, I can get 4. So we'll do this. 4 promotions from that. Activate with the natural progression. Get the promotions that way. Yeah, advanced activation. Activate a minion, return 2. Weird. Thought it had more than that. Invoke Fane 1. I'm not keen. I'm gonna promote you again. Actually, you know what? 4% of my max HP for an Fane 1 here. Maybe that's good. No, it's not good. Enemy intends to attack all allies, right? So this is gonna be bopping the golem something fierce quite quickly. I do want to create barrier on myself. Naturally. Reduce the enemy's armor by 50 for a couple turns. Activate turn. Activate a minion. Add that return to hand. Random ritual. Activate a minion 2 times. Just generating mana the entire time. Loving it. It's random though, because it's just decreasing the cost of other things. Activate minion, return 1. Let's keep going. Reduce the maximum HP of all enemies by 25%. Love it. Perfect time to play that. You get your 25 barrier there. Sure, we'll permanently reduce your armor, heal you again, just in case that does anything. It won't, but just in case it did, though it won't. And an Acid Saliva, round up the turn. What class is this? This is the Summoner. I'd explain more about the Summoner, but I barely know her. Place redirect on an enemy. Yeah, we'll want to single target the one that we've already decreased the armor of as much as possible. Keep on keeping on with those activations. Uncontrolled development, promote a random minion activated. Beautiful. Blood Rush activates all minions. Thunder shows an enemy. Permanently reduce their armor by a certain amount. Love it. Let's promote and activate you. Drawing another card. Getting another golem. Still don't think I want another golem out on the field. Stun the chosen enemy, permanently reduce their armor. And then I'm gonna just arcane shield you. Pass. Activating a minion does a different effect based on the minion that is being activated. This minion heals itself when activated. A Abomination does an AoE attack when activated. A Fae will give you ultimate charges when activated. And a Worm does an attack when activated as well. Reduce an enemy's max HP by 33%. Doesn't deal damage. Deprivation Vein, like, those are pretty cool, but in a thin deck especially. Activate all minions 2 times. Invocation. Hey, butts. the start of each turn, minion increases its damage by 25% and loses 20 armor. I probably don't want to put that on a golem. That doesn't feel like the right pairing just there. Yeah, I guess I'd just Invocation then. Level 16. That hurt. That hurt. Let's pop a healing mixture. I need to get health on them. Activate a selected minion 2 times. Activate. Only once instead of dying. Yeah, but it's passing damage to me because I keep promoting it. Activate 2 times, reduces cost 2 times? Yeah, because anytime a golem is activated, it reduces costs for us. Yeah, we've got a severe dilution of barrier effects in our deck, which is making this real tough because these enemies are real big. Reduce the enemy's damage by 75% for 3 turns. Okay, that's pretty good. Less damage on you. I feel like I'm still almost certainly dead. I wouldn't flute everyone as well here. I really shouldn't promote them beyond level 5. It doesn't boost their damage after all. I thought I was going to be able to generate enough block consistently to be able to, like, overwhelm it. But no. The answer is no, I cannot do that, actually. Because, of course, I don't have as much density in this deck as I believed I previously had. So, yeah, I'm happy to go out and say that one was a mistake. Keep on activating them. The end of turn, promoted minion gains a barrier. It's nice. So the incoming damage on me is too much. Right, 16. They hit that. Tainted Force, lose armor. 2 pillars, cleansing. 10% max HP, get invocations. Definitely generate the energy from that one. What happened to your A-bomb? Well, I added 60 cards to the deck, so my A-bomb is somewhere. I don't know if I'm ever going to see it again. That's how far from me it is. Let me get 10 barrier out of that one, please. Do 75 damage next turn. I'm fine with that. Really want to have to offer any of my HP. It's not a kill. Mark an enemy. Permanently reduce its armor by 20 for every hit it suffers. That's an AoE hit, right? The incoming damage on me should be 32 if I correctly calculate this, so I should take 8 damage at the end of the turn. I think. Hey, V, how's it going, bud? Good to see y'all, V Raiders. Welcome on in. What were you just playing? I'm gonna hit a spicy exclamation mark V in chat because I've finally set my chatbot back up. Good to see y'all. Just in case you're not familiar, my name is Rhapsody. In the same way that V plugs dead cells at the end of every one of the Wholesome verses with a like, yeah, I mean, I'm still playing a bunch of dead cells. I do that with Deckbuilder Roguelikes. This is Deckbuilder Roguelike. It's called Tainted Grail Conquest. It also has a bit of RPG in there. I haven't yet set up the raid commands because it was 3 a.m. and it was getting real late. I'm just glad that the bot is actually working, because if I stayed up and then it didn't end up doing that, that would have been rough. Get an acid flask for ourselves right there. So count the does it count when the golem redirects as a separate instance? AoE only hits once. AoE only hits once, but that's inconsistent with enemies that have redirect. If an enemy has redirect and I hit like 5 enemies at the same time, but one of them has redirect, that takes 5 times worth of the damage, right? Because it redirects the damage from all of the other targets, the individual. It should hit more than once. Yeah, I thought it was going to hit more than once. Did I end up taking the extra damage on that turn? I didn't look because I was too busy saying, hey, V. Good to see you. At the end of each turn, this minion gains 10 barrier. That's a great upgrade. Very, very happy to have that one. We'll take a cracked tier here. Actually, we've got 2 polished tiers?
I'm just saying. Take care.